The World Electronic Sports Games now enters the crucial final stretch. The American qualifiers kick off on February 1st. And during 4 intense match days, the best teams of the region will battle for $233,000. And more importantly, the highly sought-after slots at the Grand Finals in China. The best of the best will play for the championship title from the 12th to the 18th of March in Haikou at the WESG Grand Finals and $3,920,000 prize pool. Cheer for your country and join WESG.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our final map of this semi-final. It's between the American Eagles and CLG Red, and one of them is going to be heading off to that grand final to fight for the spot to China. And, of course, the prize pool as well. But the spot's more important. You want the spot.
Definitely.
So, Josh, you stuck to your guns. They did do pretty well, CLG Red on Inferno. Stick or switch? I know you're going to stick. I already know the answer. I just felt like doing it anyway, just in case. Just in case anybody hasn't already seen it. Now, Mirage, I do think that American Eagles should come into this one a little bit more confident, of course. I think the more sort of aggressive style that they were trying to throw in didn't really work out very well on Inferno. Their banana control was the biggest attempt on their CT side. It just didn't really seem to work.
Yeah, now we are going to Mirage. Let's see who wins the knife round here. Remember, it's not that important. But still, of course, can help if you feel more comfortable. Especially if you consider the American Eagles. They are winning the knife round right now. Might not know how good their setup is. On the other hand, I would say that about American Eagles, but CLG Red's setups weren't really that perfect either. Especially on Cash, but also on Inferno. They had their blackouts as well. So let's see who's going to take it in the end. I mean, it was a lot about the momentum teams had, having a confident start into the game. So I wonder if we're going to see the same, and whoever wins the pistol round is going to just roll over them.
Yeah, well, it did seem definitely that both teams were really struggling with economy. That, well, in the first half, whoever was on the back foot on either map. So that CT side start, well, it was very helpful on Cash, not so much on Inferno, and American Eagles will get the choice once again and have gone for that CT side of Mirage. Now, in terms of Mirage in general, I don't really see this as having an overly favorable side anymore. I think it is just going to come down to like the teams. Like lots of teams will prefer actually to play the T side of this map, so I will be interested to see. And we do have actually some smokes ready and waiting. I'll be very surprised if we see the teams actually going towards the B side with the amount of smokes that they have. And actually, the bomb is going to be heading towards mid. I'm not a massive fan of this. We'll see if it's at... Oh.
Like that? Who is that?
Emmy is gone.
Actually, she was checking Twitter, and she wrote that she is having FPS issues. So I guess...
maybe somebody unplugged her laptop.
I mean, who would do that?
That is a joke that absolutely nobody other than you is going to understand. That's because moments ago a laptop was unplugged in what I'm going to call the green room, but it is actually just a collection of desks with such a horde of casters, of course. For anybody who doesn't know, WSG actually has multiple tournaments or multiple games going on at once. It's Dota, StarCraft, Hearthstone, and, of course, the almighty Counter-Strike for both male and female. So if you do get the chance, obviously not now, because you're watching this, and this is going to be better, other than Promise standing on a bin. Hopefully it'll improve to that. But, yeah. It is, there's plenty of other games to watch, and plenty to be interested in. Obviously a huge amount of money. Very, very close to 4 million, actually, but for some reason they've decided to go for 3,920,000, because that's an obscure enough number. And didn't want to make it sound nice and crisp for me. I have to remember a ridiculous amount of money instead. But then again, if somebody said to me, do you want $3,920,000? I would probably say yes. I wouldn't be doing what I'm currently doing and questioning how much that is. This is a question I've got for you. Do you know how much is for the female event?
I think it's...
I want confidence, Josh.
Okay, I don't know the exact number. I know it's a more than 100,000, and that it's gonna be the biggest female event ever.
Obviously, a lot on the line. And bragging rights too. There's not a whole lot of the female CS tournaments. I think. Well, I'm hoping there'll be one at Copenhagen Games.
Yeah, there is.
There
They're
is.
announced already. The
Okay.
prize pool, not yet, but
Is there one in? There's one in Katowice as well.
as well, yeah.
So there's actually quite a few over the next few months then.
Yeah, it's always like that. At the start of the year, there are quite a few, and then towards the end of the year, you.
Because then I think DreamHack they do. Didn't they do a show match for one of their events?
No,
Or was
there was an actual tournament as well. There was the ESU tournament, but only at DreamHack Summer.
Okay. Because yeah, it is quite limited. So especially these first few months where there is going to be what 3 big tournaments over the first few. So
Yeah.
definitely a lot of bragging rights. And
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, the prize pool is actually $170,000.
not bad. Not bad at all.
Someone thought it was lower, but it's so huge. It's crazy. I mean, you compare that to the Inter Challenge, for example. They have 50,000, and that's the second highest you're probably gonna get this year. It's crazy how much money is in this tournament.
And only one spot. One spot available for North America. One spot for South America. Was it 3 spots for EU?
Yep.
And then 3 slots for China.
Yeah, there
Or
was.
is it China or Asia?
Was Asia? I mean, there's one team from Singapore and 2 Chinese teams, so Asia. There was one Chinese LAN event very early, and that was really weird because I think back then.
Thanks for that,
yeah.
Jennifer.
WSG wasn't even announced yet, and they already had this Chinese LAN event, and you could see that there was a team like qualifying for the event, and they had another Chinese. Oh, actually, it wasn't only Asian; it also was with players from South Africa. Oh god! Stop it!
You can disable the chat. You can disable the chat so that the stream can't see it. Yep, your chat is on stream. But you can disable that so it doesn't show to the stream.
At least
I knew someone would do it. Thank you, Ray. I knew
Stream.
high stream. Not high casters though. Never.
Oh wait! When we were casting Putin podcast yesterday, Chubby was writing, "Is Hugo here?"
Wow, only Hugo. I take offense to that.
Seems like they only like him.
Yeah, it's probably the hair.
But why didn't they ask for Harry then? O'Neill's risk.
I don't know. Maybe Hugo's sliding into the DMs.
Yeah, it could be.
Actually, wait, doesn't she have a boyfriend? He can still try. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Either way, we're still waiting for the fix. Well, we've got a lot of sprays at least. All that money has to be going somewhere. For me, it's sticker capsules, which it's a bad habit, but at the same time, they only cost 19p. So I don't feel like I'm wasting enough money. At least I'm not going to like a casino or something. And although I do then purchase up much more expensive skins to place the stickers on, which then sort of beats the whole point. Like for example, a Blood in the Water to put a Cassandra sticker on. So that was about like 20 odd pounds that I just wasted just for fun. Also, I bought a golden koi just to be able to put a golden sticker on it. That was a waste of money as well. But yeah, we are just waiting, and at least the players seem to be enjoying themselves. That's something at least.
Actually, another player dropped here on the CT side.
There you go, Josh. Who's missing?
I knew you would ask me that, but of course, it's this Artstar.
Oh, he got it right. And who's missing on the other side?
It's Emmy.
Damn it.
Nice try.
I was trying to catch you off guard. Not quite there. Eat me. What's that? I haven't even seen half of these sprays. Like, genuinely, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, weird human with like a oddly pink head and a leaf on it.
Oh.
And then
I think
is that a banana? Or is that
yeah, that's like a shark banana.
okay? So Artstar's back.
What is that?
That's upside down, right? Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
It's a
Wait,
smiling banana.
it actually is upside down. Yes.
There you go.
That would make sense.
We've got a unicorn that says kisses. There's another eat me spray under there as well. What is that? How many sprays have Valve added into the game?
Yeah, some of those are from the Perfect World release as well.
Oh, okay.
Did you just leave to buy sprays?
I'm a weeb. Brilliant. I do like the sort of afro. Multicolour afro. I'm digging it. What else we got? No, more unicorns. Oh, the kisses thing is actually a separate spray. Okay. I'm learning a lot here. Not about Counter-Strike. Well, I am
mean,
learning that Valve like money.
Yeah.
But that's not something I really needed to learn. I already knew that. I did quite like that the CSGO dev Twitter... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The CSGO dev Twitter actually started sort of tweeting. I don't have money for this. I felt like the skull was a little bit out of place.
That's true.
Oh, ruined.
Oh. I mean, why does she like Richard?
Why have we got all these quotes? Oh, she's got binds. She lagged out. I don't think they knew how long it'd be. Okay. I don't know. I guess, do we keep talking about the sprays, or are we going to just cut to a little bit of a break and hope she'll be back? Okay, she turned her PC back on.
Okay. Why didn't she do that early?
That is normally my first go-to. Well, why did it turn off?
Yeah, that's a good question as well.
Power cut, maybe?
Yeah, it could really be. Maybe also some problems inside the PC, which you had to fix.
She just pulled out like a screwdriver and wrench.
Maybe it was the cat.
It's a cat pulling out cables. See, this is the one I'm questioning.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a monk with a burnt face, a leaf on his head, and then I don't know what the yellow stuff in the background is. Yeah, that one's a chicken. I can work that one out fairly easy.
Oh, really?
Oh, and then we got another diffuse kit.
Nice.
Oh, it looks like Dai has something to say.
Psst.
What secrets are going to be leaked? Nothing.
Maybe that Potter's out of CLG Red.
I don't think that's a leak. I think the picture gives that away.
Oh.
So what do you think of the Potter move?
It's interesting. I really wonder. They had Petra in before, and I feel like Petra has been a good player already.
Well, did Petra ever actually play a match with them?
No. I think they barely even practiced.
It's weird.
It was really weird.
3 minutes probably.
But as Potter, I also would be like, yeah, of course I'm going to join you.
Well, especially will Potter just join as an AWP? Because they have sort of juggled the AWP around in that team before.
Yeah.
I think Juliana was AWPing at one point. And then it was...
Actually, first was Wilga.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Antika, who was a
That
star
was
AWPer, and back then they were named Reason Gaming. And she wasn't really AWPing well on the roster. So they then kind of let Giuliano AWP and sometimes Wilga. They're not really using the AWP that much, though, because they're mostly just running over teams with AKs or M4s. But if then there's Giuliano AWPing really often as well. But I feel like now it's getting more competitive. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, that's also the exciting thing about WSG, the World Final, because you have those teams split.
We actually have already seen the Russian mix beat the Swedes.
Exactly.
Do you think there'll be a return of the Swedes? Do you think they'll come back and win? If you had to put your money, or if you had to put biting into a bar of soap on the line, who is going to win this?
The whole tournament, or
the whole China WSG? You can pick one team, and if you are right, we will like save this. That's a lie. I might go back and clip it at some point, but you can unclip it. And then if you're right, you can bring it back up. And if not, I probably won't remember. But who do you think is going to win the whole thing?
I'm pretty sure Russian Force is going to win it easily.
Easily?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
I think
confident.
the only challenge for them is going to be Dynasty, maybe. North American team depends, but I'm still not confident in that they can compete. The sad thing about it is, and that's actually something else I wanted to bring up when we're looking at the Inter-Challenge. Obviously, we're going to have Res Gaming there, and they're going to be the favorite. But I think a team like Dignitas, or also the lineup Petra created, for example, or even the other lineup which qualified with Hellrose, could really bring on the competition. And I think even CLG Red, if they qualify as well, because they're gonna, CLG Red actually still gonna play Silhouette on Monday to figure out who of them is gonna go to Katowice. But yeah, I think CLG Red, of course, also maybe has a bit of a challenge, but
will they still be called Dynasty? Because for WSG they were called Dynasty, but then obviously they left Dynasty. So will they
still be called Dynasty? Like, will they be called Res? Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Well, that was kind of weird for me anyway, because I was thinking you've literally split 2 players per team. Why is one of them Dynasty and the other one isn't?
Yeah, probably just they were like, okay, we just want to get our name out there.
Giuliano and Zaz, I suppose, have been there a bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be interested to see if there'll actually be a team like able to challenge them now, because they do seem to just pick apart. Well, they pick the best players. Supposedly they have been trying to get Potter for quite a while. So now it's finally happened, and I'll be interested to see if like CLG Red are going to be able to bounce back and compete. Well, not necessarily compete just in general, but if they can compete there. But either way, we are back. We've got our pistol round. It's taken a while. You've listened to a lot of waffling about stickers and sprays and all that jazz, but this is what we came for. Semi-final. One of these teams is heading off to the final to fight for that spot in China. The other will be staying at home, and it is going to be that mid push. I said interesting to take the bomb into middle. Quite risky at that. Emily has actually spotted all of the push. She has every single piece of information, but doesn't find a single kill. Artstar finally turns around, but it won't matter because she's got her teammates waiting, and they found another kill, actually dropping the bomb towards the site. 2 players left. A little bit of an audacious strategy that doesn't seem to have worked. Promise 1 versus 4. Does actually manage to catch Milk reloading. That's something, but Artstar will double down, get her 2nd kill. And American Eagles, they've got that pistol.
It was such a weird round. They're just running through connector, like, okay, there's no one, and then Emily just right behind them. Of course, made the noise, and that's how they found out, hey, she's there. But they weren't really adapting to knowing that she has the information, and were still pushing towards the B side. And then they were placed in CT. The other players in B were ready as well, and just shut them down completely.
Either way, it is going to be the force buy up. Jennifer has herself the scout. CZs and Deagle on the rest of the players, and actually got 3 Famises in this round. A fairly safe buy coming in from the CT side. Safe in the fact that they've got the rifles, but there is now the risk that anybody who goes down is going to be costly, and also every single player, excluding Jennifer, does actually have armor behind it. Benita still looking for this opening onto Emelite, but nothing will be found as of yet. And in terms of utility, there's actually not a whole lot already. Emily is actually going to be lost. They've done a bit of damage onto Ray Ray as well. The scout tagging onto the legs, and they really want to get Benita out of this window spot, and almost gets herself a 2nd kill. I think Emmy has been spotted, so Potter is going to be coming back round the corner, and now the round falls back into a little bit of a more of a normal state with the higher value weaponry taking the lead in this one. 2 players over towards the B site, but the FAMAS again is going to be overwhelmed. Leave it onto Artstar on the site. Gets tagged very low. Maybe this is going to be the bounce back. 40 seconds left on the clock. Ray will jump in. Gets 1. The question is, can Jennifer do anything? The real problem against that MP9, no armor, she is going to be absolutely shredded. But at least they've done some damage. 2-0, American Eagles take the round. But it definitely wasn't easy.
Yeah, wasn't easy at all. Taking on 3 players with them buying 3 FAMASes, and they only kept 1 FAMAS out of that because Potter had the MP9 into the next round, so they reinvest right now. And you might think, okay, CLG only has Glocks, but who knows what's gonna happen here. Could happen that they somehow find some kills or a bomb plant and gonna put a lot of pressure on American Eagles in the next round as well. Well, let's see. This round actually should be fairly easy, and American Eagles shouldn't lose too many players, or maybe even none.
FAMAS is going to be pushing in. Bomb drop. Milk will be running out of ammo pretty soon, and the Glocks will at least take 1. However, the rotation is already in full. Artstar comfortably gets the kill, and not really too much loss. The only upgrade that can be had is the MP9, and isn't going to be happening. Now the question is Emily going straight for the AWP? Yes, she is. The FAMAS is on the floor, which can be picked up. I think it'll be picked up by Milk, in fact. And
yeah.
I wonder if Potter's just going to go for a little bit more aggression. They haven't actually built up that much cash, though, so still a decent chance for the reset to come in. And then maybe all that momentum that we were talking about will be gone.
Exactly. But on the other hand, if American Eagles picks up the round, that's the perfect start for them. And then you wonder how far can they take this. Potter with the MP9, of course, want to go for an aggressive move. Is she going to get flashed in? She's just going to re-smoke that. But the push is going to come in nevertheless.
Oh,
Smart
no!
play by Potter.
Yeah, already moves into the position, finds 2. Actually, Jennifer will be able to get 1 back. It is going to be this 3 versus 2 scenario, and Promise is getting sprayed through. In fact, Ray takes her head clean off now. Jennifer has to do everything on her own. Stuck in the corner, gets her first, but they know exactly where she is. Goes for a second, and Ray will double down with 2 of her own. Looking to try and just save that AWP. Where's it gone?
Where's it?
Oh,
no.
hidden on the box.
On the box, never mind.
It's alright, they have a kit and plenty of time to play with, so no problems for the American Eagles, and they do get themselves that 4th round on the board. Of course, bomb plant and the loss bonus will actually give enough for AKs to come back in this round. With only 2 players surviving, there may be a temptation for CLG Red to actually buy here. And once again, pause. Tactical. So maybe they're going to make a decision whether or not they are just going to half buy into this one, or if it is going to be a full investment.
Yeah, not only that, even if you decide to go for a half buy, if you structure it well, the tactic force it again now. Now, if you structure it well, you're gonna get some kills out of it and keep the money low, and that's exactly what you would want to do. And then maybe even if they force it up, could just get back into this game.
I think they're going for half.
Yeah, half buy for them.
Yeah, and it means also that they can get the AWP on die as well, which is always an important dynamic on this map. So I'm absolutely fine. I don't think there's really much of a decision. They're going for the Mac 10s again. I actually quite like that they're bringing these in as their sort of half-buy strategy. I imagine they're going to go running out of the B site because they only have 1 smoke, plenty of flashbangs. I think it'd be very surprising if they tried to go into A with 1 smoke. It's just not something you can really hope to do. But what that does mean... Well, Ray doesn't have head armor. Everybody else does. Let's see what these Mac 10s can do. Flashbang already coming in. They're just going to try and leave everybody completely blind. Die leading the charge. Doesn't have anything in this round, so she can just be cannon fodder, and the Mac 10s are going to be barreling in just moments later, but Milk has done an excellent job. Picks up 3. Another for Emilite, and now it's all on to Emmy. 10 HP. They've at least done a little bit of damage. Another kill would be the ideal, but it isn't going to happen. Those are the sort of rounds that really can get out of control. The fast rounds onto the B site. And American Eagles actually do an excellent job of shutting down that push. Yeah,
especially Milk with her 3 kills right now. Stepping up on 8 kills in total. And CLG Red. I mean, I took some money away. It's not too bad. Diane also on the AWP right now. So there is an opportunity to actually get back into this game. But I still feel like I'm still scared about CLG Red just not having the momentum and feeling the pressure as soon as American Eagles is up 5-0. Because we started on cash already.
Yeah, we're very, very slow indeed to start. They did mount a comeback on Cash, but it seemed to be too little too late. Already a lot of damage done in these early round scenarios by the American Eagles. Flashbang going to come in. Ray left completely blind, but we'll be able to at least fall back. Nice shot from Jennifer Potter. Doesn't actually see anything over the smoke. Of course, could be a little bit of GoTV smokes giving us a little bit more vision than what the CT players. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, at least. T's still looking to try and challenge into mid at the moment, but just playing patient, and Ray just going to fall straight through and manage herself another kill. The question is, where are the T's actually going at this point? 50 seconds on the clock. Die attempting to find some sort of opening. Now Milk is playing this sort of little boost spot angle, which is quite difficult to actually spot from the T perspective. Does look like the bomb has gathered to that side of the map anyway. Actually, Promise is going to be holding off a rotation. Now only one player does remain on this site. Milk has everything to do. 25 seconds, manages to pick up a first again. Just trying to buy time for a team and gets the second and drops the bomb. Now the rotations will be enabled. Milk has done an excellent job so far. How much more can she do? Nothing. But she's given her team a very good chance. And now, if they attempt to cross back, Emily may just be in the perfect position to deny anything. Emmy is going to be tempted, and now the bomb is still going to be on the floor. Promise has to go for the plant, and the position of Ray is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, but Milk is doing a monstrous job right now, just holding them off the B side. You just can't shut that down. I mean, normally you wouldn't get that many frags if you aren't having the game of your life. But that might just be enough here to push American Eagles through, getting so far. Okay, it's just 6-0, but just thinking back about the other two maps, and you saw the momentum helped them a lot, gain them a lot of confidence, and I feel like CLG Red, they're going to be under so much pressure, because they're definitely the favorite in this qualifying. If you're down 0-6 on this third map, they're going to feel it.
One rifle as well is already lost from the action. They invested a little bit into this one, mainly saving. Benita will at least drop Ray, but I don't think... Whoa, what? Okay, the drive-by P250.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad.
Start. Okay, these pistols are doing a lot. This is more and more damage than ever should have been expected. I thought after the first kill was traded so effectively that this was going to be a done and dusted round, but Benita and Promise have at least made things interesting. Potter is going to be waiting in Palace now. Are they actually going to go in this direction? It looks like they are. Maybe just heading into the arms of Potter. Only on 47 HP, even a decent level chest shot may be enough, and it doesn't even seem like she's facing in the right direction, although her attention is being slowly turned. It's all going to come down to timing as they do sneak forward in this direction. Waiting will be one. Promise does hit the headshot as well. And now Milk needs to get her running shoes on as the AK's been picked up. Promise with a very good chance to actually take this round. Goes pushing towards CT. Looks like she's got the perfect read, but doesn't win the battle. They do so much. It's still a very good round in terms of what they achieved. But at the same time, the scoreline still sits 7-0.
It would have been so great for the economy as well to just win this round, coming back out of an eco round, because you would have so much money. They're going to have much money nevertheless, because they ecoed, got the bomb plant, have the full round loser bonus. They have everything they need and more. You can see 3 of the players still $2,000 plus. They even could lose this round and then go for another buy, but obviously they finally want to pick up a round here. And it still cost American Eagles a lot the last round as well. And ooh, Diana's going to get an early frag. That's so important for them. They can work with that.
The start that was desired. Potter, no fear. Always seems to be pushing and actually going right around towards the spawn.
Diane?
Oh, she's heard the scope. That's so much information. Potter finds one, knows there's a player above, gets the second as well, and even manages to retreat back. An absolutely magnificent play from Potter. Can she get the third? No, she can't, but she has done enough. It is going to be the 3 versus 2. The bomb should be planted. Aggression coming out from Benita isn't expected either, so at least we'll go back into a 2 versus 2. The round swings back and forward once again. Artstar making her way through the connector. A teammate waiting in CT. Emily trying to boost over that smoke. But round the back goes Benita. This could be the play that actually wins them the round. There's no way that Emily will be expecting it from behind, but she does still take down the teammate. Benita is just going to be playing this smart. Actually, Emily does check the angle. I don't know how she expected that. Clearly knew something that I didn't. But Artstar is now just going to have to take this, and unfortunately she does not have a kit. Has to go for the fight, and Benita will win it. 4 kills for her in the round. It looked like Potter had done enough, but it isn't to be. And now look at the money for the American Eagles. A tech pause will be called once again. And I ask you once more, Josh, do you force or do you save?
Yeah, you might just want to force and try to reset the economy, especially with CLG Red only having Benita, who's still alive. But that was such a smart play by Potter. I mean, that's what's making her such a great player. She's always going for those smart pushes when you least expect it, and that she found Diane, and then of course also having the experience, not instantly pulling the trigger finger and waiting for another player to push in and then killing her as well, and then getting out of there. That was so crazy. And then of course Benita on the other hand, she has experience as well. And she knows that sometimes it's right to just go for a crazy play. Also catching some players off guard.
If anything, I think her Molotov play was the thing that sort of surprised me the most. Because normally when you Molotov a position, you don't push behind it. But what she does is, okay, the Molotov goes down. ZT player thinks, well, there's no way anybody's going to push this now. There's a Molotov in the way. And that's what actually nets her the first kill and gives her control of jungle in the first place. Because without that one kill, she doesn't have control of jungle. There's no way she can wrap around. So yeah, incredible play by her. A risky but smart play from Potter, who well, the huge risk came when she initially pushed, but once she actually gets further past, that's where it's just all about her taking that battle. It's not going to be the attempted reset, as they do have some pistols, but they're going to make sure that they have enough money to actually buy into the next round, and now there is going to be aggression. Quick trade, not bad considering what's invested. Now Milk actually has armor and an AK-47, and she has been one of the players to make the big plays so far. Also, there's 3 players on this A site, and they're not going to check the angle. Such a common spot. The AK wasn't quite retrieved, and it is going to have to be a reload. Milk's managed to find another one, leaving it into a 3 versus 2. Now, Dai is waiting around the corner, but they're not going to take that fight. They're going to pick up the AK-47 instead. The bomb currently still stuck over towards the top of mid, but the B site is now in the hands of Jennifer. However, it seems that CTs are aware.
Yeah, should be at this point. But right now, they're sending a player out of mid. Oh, if she catches the bomb there, that will be the round over.
Taking the bomb mid?
Oh, wow. I don't get it either. Like, you have full B control. There's no way or let's say like that. Okay, there could be someone pushing underground. But it's more likely that they're gonna take the mid control over than someone pushing underground. And even then, it's gonna be easier to take that player down. And it's in mid. Jennifer needs to go for the clutch. She finds one, maybe even a second. Almost takes down Potter, but that was a round. They had to win, and now they're going to get reset out of nowhere. American Eagles didn't even plan to win this round.
I have to say, I'm very, very confused with why Dai decided to go mid in that position. Because it's just, even if there's nobody actually in middle, like she was quite unlucky that somebody pushed the top of mid.
Yeah,
I'll admit that. That's unlucky. But there's very, very likely that somebody would be in connector watching short or just around that window, especially when there's 3 players alive. So, yeah, I think there was just an added level of risk that really wasn't necessary. And now, well, the punishment is actually going to be the fact that they're up against a very good buy with nothing but a force. We'll see if they can do it once again. They managed to win their first off pistols, and Jennifer is actually going to start things off. The AWP is going to be completely overwhelmed. Maybe they should just be going for these sort of buys all the time, because somehow this is working out for CLG Red. Burning in the corner is going to be Jennifer. She's just decided to sit in the flames, and, well, things may just be possible. Milk has got to make an absolutely ridiculous play.
But the thing is, Artstar is already saving, and I'm not even sure why Milk is going for that. Probably just wanted to deal some damage. She's feeling confident, obviously, so I understand that. And of course, you can try to just work on their money, but on the other hand, I doubt the American Eagles. Okay, they're one out of an eco round. So they still might have some
Ooh.
amount of money.
Ooh, hello!
Yeah, nice. They actually don't really have that much money. Ray and Potter, so saving those 2 guns would have been so important for them. So I don't really get why Milk went for this push. They're gonna go for 4s nevertheless, seeing that CLG Red is still vulnerable. But that was a push which caught American Eagles off guard. CLG Red got some flashy kills as well, just jumping around. And
They spam you out uninstall. Well, looks like you're uninstalling, Potter. Here we go, though. 4 players again. Over towards this A side of the map. Aggression out from Ray. Just misses the timing. Actually, they're going to try and just keep control of this. There's a lot of utility already expanded, though, and they're going to go back towards Milk. And that is the B site completely gone. Not really much that CT's going to have to do in this scenario. I feel like, again, it should just be more of a save call here. Maybe the pistol players can look to try and at least do a bit of damage. Elite should be caught out fairly soon, and Emmy will do just that. But yeah, the play doesn't work out. They gamble. Star does manage one. I don't know how they seem to be doing this with the P250s. They really are showing that this gun is still ridiculously powerful. AK is going to be picked up and attempted to be held, but it isn't going to work out. And the remaining 2 players are still around this market area. They really do want to try and find some sort of exit kills here, but I feel like the real value is just making sure that they keep hold of those rifles.
no, but Potter finds another kill, and they can't actually save this
not
one
worth it,
rifle.
though.
It's really not worth it. But on the other hand, American Eagles need to go for an eco nevertheless. But of course, you also want to deal some damage to the economy, and it's more likely that you actually gonna win a round with 2 rifles than it's gonna help you damaging the economy to risk losing those. So I don't really understand that. But let's see if they're gonna get punished this much, so CLG Red actually is able to turn this around and get back into this map. It's absolutely possible. Gonna take this round for sure, unless Potter somehow...
Well, if anybody could.
Yeah, if anybody could, then it's Potter for sure. I just think she's a really insanely smart player, and she can be flashy sometimes, but I don't feel like she's as flashy that she could just take down all 5.
If anybody was going to do it, it would be right now. Goodbye, Potter. Never mind. Not happening this one, as they are just getting cleaned up. Milk will be able to retrieve an AK-47. Let's see if she can do any more damage going into this one. Again, just holding on to that weapon is probably the most valuable thing they can do. Artstar has absolutely nothing, so can hold for an exit or 2, but already, just look at the push coming around the back. Emmy is trying to make sure that that weapon does not last any longer. However, even without armor, Milk will still manage to kill. She has been on fire at the moment. Artstar, being a little bit of a creep around the corner, is going to be caught. Now the hunt is on. They want to remove this extra weapon. Of course, T-side have started to build up a bit of an economy. It is worth noting that the rounds that have done the damage have been the 2 pistol rounds that are actually won by CLG. Another from Milk. On fire at the moment, but eventually the weapon will fall. And I think that is worth it.
Yeah.
There's a buy coming in anyway, but just making sure that they remove all the extra weapons, and there's plenty of cash for CLG Red to buy either way.
I mean, out of that, American Eagles won't really have a lot of utility either, because you could have bought so much extra utility into it with the saved gun. Also, interesting to note that Milk dropped an AWP to Emulate, so she won't have Kevlar. Milk, I mean, she was performing really well so far. That's gonna hurt.
Ray does manage to start, does a decent amount of damage, so the trade will be coming in. AWP not actually hitting the shots, a second miss as well.
Oh,
look at this
my God.
Perfect flank, finds a second as well. It's all onto Emily in the back lines. Nice shot to headshot Benita, but it won't matter. Dye is there with the trade, and it's going to be a 5th round now on the board. The comeback seemingly happening a little bit earlier this time from CLG Red. And now, once again, it's just going to have to be some pistols invested from the American Eagles.
It was really great flank by Diane. They were so focused on the A side. She hit the right timing, and this could go to a 7-8, and from there CLG Red suddenly is back in the game. I also wonder how good American Eagles T side setup is here. It's that as well. And Potter is gonna find the first frag. Maybe she can find the second one. Emmy is fairly low on HP, but Promise 9K is gonna save her life. And that's the bomb site for them as well. There's a little gap in the smoke. But Jennifer won't quite see her because Ray Ray is still behind the connector wall.
Yeah, nice clean up from Promise. A little bit of stat padding. Ray Ray still just trying to do some damage in this round. It's not really going to make a difference either way because there's so much cash on CLG Red after the string of rounds they've managed to get together. But at least we will see the T's, hopefully with everyone with armor this time.
Oh, yeah,
Milk really is just leading the way. Potter just behind. Emily really hasn't had that sort of standout performance just yet.
It has been such a weird decision to drop her and all. I mean, she's the in-game leader, but I feel like you don't want, just don't want to call that. Like, you gotta accept sometimes you don't have the best game. And Milk right now has an outstanding performance. Just a bit of a weird decision. Anyways, she has the chance to actually make a play in this round again. On the other hand, Emily could make me shut up if she performs in this round. So let's see. She's definitely a good OPA. Just not showing up in this match so far. Jennifer also a good entry, finding the first kill here. Gonna get refragged, not aware that Potter is in connect as well, which actually surprises me because she was firing shots as well, but is gonna get refragged nevertheless. So CLG Red is gonna keep the advantage.
Yeah, the push in the meantime will come in onto the B side. That's where the majority of players are. Milk has to be wary. There's players coming in from behind. She gets one, almost a second, and Artstar has done damage instead, leaving just Promise to try and clutch this one out. The flashbang used to just try and slow her down, although doesn't actually have the chance to blind her. Emily has rotated in. Promise just trying to pre-fire a couple of angles, but it's not to be. American Eagles do manage to win the final round of the half, and all in all, they do take it 9-6, but without that 5-round streak, this could have been far more dominant.
Exactly. It already was looking like CLG Red is breaking apart, especially after they lost against American Eagles. I think there was this one round they got between those, this one and the 5 rounds CLG Red got, when they were winning this eco round, where they were planning to just save and buy in the next round. I thought at this point they were breaking apart. That CLG Red, after losing such a round, that they got back into the game, that's already an achievement, but obviously their goal is to get into the final right now. They want to win the pistol round now and just snowball through.
Yeah, and the thing is that realistically you remove, well, I suppose round number, I can't count, 8 and round number 10, both pistol wins.
Yeah.
Like, that's worth noting for the T side. Without that, this could have been a ridiculous streak for American Eagles. They could have seen a 12-3, maybe even higher half.
Yeah, that's.
But they actually get reset off the back of round number 10, the pistol. So there's definitely mistakes made, and I think CLG, although they did, like, props to them for winning those rounds and coming back, they are lucky that those mistakes were actually made by the American Eagles. Otherwise, we could have seen another cash. We could have seen another spot. And also, the difference being this time is now they go onto their CT side with a much better chance of actually coming back. Win the pistol, you're right back in the game. Like, you're even.
Yeah, exactly.
So, either way, just waiting for the switch to happen. Milk has had an outstanding performance over towards that B side. 19 kills in the first half. Benita, I think definitely the player to watch when it came down to the T side. But we are with that switch. Our pistol round will be getting underway. And once again, it is going to be a decent amount of utility brought up by the T side. Definitely looking more like an A hit in this round. Unless, of course, they are just going to try and take mid control.
Could also imagine. I mean, 2 smokes, you still could go towards B and smoke off short completely. Hope that there's a player, but not always the case.
Yeah. Either way, we're going to have 2 players back towards that CT spot. Actually fairly lackluster mid control here, but now the smokes will rain in. It is going to be down to Jennifer and Promise to try and hold on here. Tapping a few shots away. There actually isn't a smoke for CT. They're just going to try and overwhelm the players here. But will they expect the player in the corner? The answer to that question is no. Jennifer still only manages 1, but Promise has kept the player advantage alive, but not for very long. And Emily actually does get caught out a little bit there, but still manages to find the frag. Bomb down, remaining players both coming from CT as well. I don't know what this is. It's the battle for CT and Potter. The question is, will they check this? Now, it's a bit of an unorthodox position for this sort of round. Already the kit is going to be going onto the bomb. She needs to get this kill very, very quickly indeed. In fact, going to be swiping with the knife. Completely missed it. Just straight up. Sneaky defuse from Benita. And that will be the pistol round going the way of CLG Red.
Yeah, CLG Red also were prepared for this A hit, because you could see they wanted to make them think this is going to be a retake strat. So they just have those 3 players on B, 1 on mid, 1 on A. So the player was falling back, and then there was Jennifer in the corner, and American Eagles shut it down really quickly. Weren't that surprised by her. Obviously they didn't check the corner. She only got a 1 kill out of that. They probably would have thought they'd get like at least 2 out of this. But it was a really smart play by CLG Red, nevertheless. But in the end, they also got the round by hitting some nice shots. And because American Eagles wanted CT control so badly.
Either way, just a small investment here. Bomb plant going to be attempted. Nice work from Dai to quickly pick up 2. Milk is there to trade, and Dai is pretty low on HP. However, the bomb should be denied and only left with Artstar. There shouldn't be much hope here. However, she always seems to get one with that P250. Just running headshots every single time, and that is actually a big difference here. Because they invested very little. 3 players drop. They come back with the AKs. And now it is just going to have to be the investment back in. Now, Dai getting those 2 kills, actually crucial, because now she has the AWP. Doesn't have head armor, but with the majority of players on AKs, that doesn't really matter anyway. And it's going to have to be a couple of Famases, so it's not ideal. CLG Red, if they lose this round, their money is absolutely screwed. But the same can be said for the American Eagles. The only difference is American Eagles will have a little bit more loss bonus.
Yeah, that's true. So let's see if Cedrian actually can even it out. Probably would be such a confidence boost. Smart, and in first play, smart as well. With the flash, catching out a player. Okay, was a bit lucky as well.
Milk actually doesn't get that kill. It's one of her teammates.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yep. It is going to be Jennifer to turn things into a 4 versus 4. This time they've actually smoked over towards CT. Don't really want to take this fight again. Dai's going to pushing in, and actually still manages to get the kill. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Milk having a little bit of a nightmare in this round and just pushing before the smoke actually blooms. They've handed 2 kills to Dai, and that's what the rest of the team will do. Jennifer with a triple in the retake. 4 players surviving for CLG, and it is going to be 9-9. We do even things up either way. Bomb plant down. I think it should still only be some pistols in this next round for American Eagles.
Yeah, probably just a semi-buy Kevlar pistols. They didn't even do that much damage that it would make sense to go for a force buy to just trying to reset them out of that. But I really hate to see that yet again, failing the flash timing. And this time on the American Eagle side, I saw that on CLG Red twice, and one time on Cash, one time on Inferno, and now American Eagles did the same, and that made it really easy. Because if you get the frag there was potential to get this, and you get this 1 kill, you're suddenly in the 2 versus 3, have CT control, looks a lot different. You could deal at least more damage.
Either way, it is going to be the fast B play. Emmy will be able to get a couple. The bomb, unfortunately, is dropped where Artstar's not going to be able to get it, and Benita and Co will already be rotating. And I think they're still a little bit worried that this could just be a fake. And in fact, Artstar is going to get another one, the P250 Queen, in at the moment as she gets a couple of kills. Rifles will be retrieved, but the Molotov is going to be thrown. And the problem is Artstar's actually stuck over towards the bench. I think the chance of a bomb plant are slim now and none after Artstar falls. Ray, she needs to perform a miracle here. Doesn't have any armor, and Promise will decapitate her. 10-9, CLG Red from such a deficit. What was it, 8-1? Or even maybe 8-0. I think it was 7-0, then 8-1.
Yeah.
So after such a dominating start, we're now actually with them in the lead.
It's pretty crazy comeback so far, but of course it's not over until it's over, and American Eagles now have a good chance to take another round for themselves. But of course CLG Red, money isn't too bad right now.
Here we go. Benita aggressive. Hits the dink. Just going to throw the nade to try and fall back. And Jennifer re-peeks, but Emilite is holding the angle ready and waiting. So the first kill is going to go the way of the T side. Artstar looking to try and cause a bit of havoc over towards the A side of the map. I'm going to find anything as of yet. And mid control has completely fallen, but the AWP is going to be holding the cross. A little bit of a push from Benita into the ladder room as well. And actually, Dai is going to hit the shot on the cross and drops the bomb. Benita sprays the two remaining players and leaves Potter and Artstar in a horrible position, both on split portions of the map. Potter gives away her position, and Benita will continue her reign of terror. 3 kills already in this round, and the 4th is going to be pushing right into her. Clutch is 1 HP for Artstar, 2 rounds in a row, in fact. She's got last stand on. Spots out Dai as well. Really does. She's going to have to pull something pretty impressive off, stubbing her toe at this point, but actually gets the kill. Now it's all on to Dai. Now I'm hoping Dai has the information that she is incredibly low on HP, because otherwise maybe the AWP just not the best weapon in this scenario. She's going to be pushing towards short and is going to have to make a very quick move towards this site, knowing that the window is really her problem. And Dai, well, it doesn't matter what she hits her with there. It is going to be the kill. 11-9, a very close round. Lots of damage done at least. And the question is, do American Eagles just force off the back of that?
Yeah.
They have done a lot of damage. The problem is still a fair bit of money on a couple of them, but they are going to go for it. I can understand that. The problem being, though, that their buy still isn't that great.
It isn't that great, but you can try to just go for this really simple, fast push. It's not going to be a fast one. Some mid-control early on. Molotov to deny a peek from connector, smoked off window as well, so they just want to make sure there won't be an AWP around middle to hold them off the push. Now what will they do with the mid control they got? Potter, I think she didn't spot those players, and I thought the nade's gonna deal more damage, but now they are aware she's there. And that's an early kill for CLG Red.
Yeah, the problem is those 2 players are going to be very long on their rotation, but it seems like the A site players have got this covered. Ray going to be the only one left alive, praying they can get something done. However, it's not going to be. Lots of damage to the remaining 4 players. Galil actually picked up. I don't think you wanted that, Benita.
Debated.
She's actually now topped the board. Milk definitely slowing down, and we're looking at a 12-9 scoreline. 4 rounds needed for CLG Red to get themselves through to that final, looking to get that slot, and also unfortunately make Josh right. But either way, it's going to be CZ's. Actually, a lot of money saved here. Like, normally you can invest quite a bit more than what we are seeing from American Eagles. They do have some utility. Looking like they're going to set this up over towards the A site. Multiple players still here. They haven't had much luck so far. Potter pushing through already, loses her life. Milk just trying to get the bomb down. That's what the smoke is for. And almost does it. I think that's actually an off shot from the AK as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she was aiming anywhere near that. So that is a little bit of luck for promise. And as said, they're going to have enough money anyway. The bomb plant didn't really make that much of a difference.
Yeah, the thing is, now, if American Eagles lose this round but deal a lot of damage, they still can rebuy. So there's that, but obviously they want to win the round now.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, looking at the economy, just having a look at that, CLG Red has a lot of money left. They could easily buy into the next round. Diane could just drop another gun and they would have a full buy. So that won't be a problem for them. So American Eagles in a very tough spot right now.
And they really are beginning to struggle to find ways into this one. The T side on Cash didn't look anything too special. It was the CT side that carried them through, and with a few mistakes on their CT side this time, it's looking like they may have problems. But 2 quick kills opening things up already. Benita and Dai will fall. Leaves an opening. American Eagles not going to try and pounce off of this. They're going to slow things down, utilize the map control they've already gathered, and all they really need to do now is gather up as a squad and look to hit over towards one of the sites. The benefit of the position of Milk is that anybody trying to rotate from short will be going down and can actually look try and face in middle, but it's looking like the CT side are going to try and make a play of their own. We've seen aggression work out before from this spot, and it may not be expected for two players to be here. The first will line up for Jennifer. We'll be able to get another, at least giving them a chance in this scenario. The bomb has been spotted and actually gets a third and a fourth! A wonderful play from Jennifer to open things up. Don't you dare run into that Molotov after that, leaving just Milk alone. Somehow, they've managed to do this. What a magnificent play from Jennifer. We talk about aggression. We talk about how Potter's managed to do it. That was insane.
Yeah, and that was just a pure individual performance by Jennifer. I mean,
Jenny from the block.
Yeah, I was seeing her that already. I mean, she was lining them up. And at this point, I was like, okay, she's slowly going to run out of bullets. Falls back, has no clue that there's a player in Palace, just gambles that there's none. Gets the frag. Nevertheless, and Potter's like, I'm going to get the refrag, and gets that frag as well. And I think she didn't even reload while getting all those 4 kills. And that was a M4A1S with 20 bullets.
Oh, I'll start playing with fire. Actually does manage to get the opening. We got an AUG in play. Not something you see too often.
Oh.
We're not going to have that push in towards the A side once again. It's a 2-player advantage. Quick push from Jennifer. She's feeling it at the moment. That's a 3rd kill again. Just shutting down the push completely. 15-9. What has just happened? Jennifer's got nuclear, and there's nothing that American Eagles can do about it. She's leaped to the top of the board. And there you go. There you go. Just a ridiculous amount of damage over those 2 rounds. She doubled. She's doubled the amount of damage she's done in 2 rounds. That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. What a play from her again, because I already saw American Eagles winning that Outster with the ballsy peek in middle, and then still winning the duel against Diane, and then you also pick off another player, and you think, like, okay, got early picks. CLG Red is gonna give this one away, and Jennifer is just like, no. Tactical pause by American Eagles. And
are you sure?
No, I'm pretty sure because they wrote that in the chat. You can see it on the score, but I mean, what a run that has been. Not only the CT side, overall, as soon as CLG Red got this first round, okay, then it was a bit shaky. Then they got the second on the board. And then they just swept through. Gave up the last round in the first half, winning the pistol round. It's so much about this momentum, feeling the confidence. I mean, of course, it's always like that in the CSGO game, but it's really incredible how much this matters in this one.
Here we go, though. The confidence is just there, but Potter, once again, the opener goes the way of the T side. That hasn't seemed to matter. Jennifer on fire at the moment, plays it patient, finds the first, the second as well.
The bomb.
Will it be another triple for Jennifer in this round? She has just been destroying her opponents, leaving only 2 remaining. Potter, CLG Red, and Ray to try and save this. Push going to be coming back. The bomb, as you said, has been dropped on that short position. Promise only has 4 HP. I wouldn't like to see her peak in this scenario. So low on health, especially when Jennifer is ready and waiting. There's the triple once again. Ray's the only one left alive. And what is that? I think that's 11 kills in 3 rounds from Jennifer. Absolutely crazy performance from her towards the end. And it is CLG Red to take themselves through to that grand final. You were correct.
That was crazy, though, by Jennifer.
Well done. Well, a round of applause for Josh, everybody. But I don't know what just happened with Jennifer.
Yeah.
That was nutty. A very, very good performance from her. I think Benita as well on the other side
showing
her stuff. But I think it's worth mentioning Milk had an incredible CT side. Didn't really show up on the T side, but definitely some promising stuff from a team that I don't think either of us really expected to come out like they did. I think both of us at the beginning of that map were thinking, is it going to happen again? Are they actually going to take this? And then it was just a couple of sort of mistakes, a couple of pistol rounds that really turned things. So, yeah, into the grand final they go. Unfortunately, that does mean the American Eagles are going to be hitting the ground.
Well, they still have a chance to grab themselves $1,000 tomorrow in the 3rd place decider against Freedom Fraggers. But overall, I mean, I really wonder. Jennifer has been a quite good player overall, but I never have seen her stepping up like this. And that, I mean, that was sick. I mean, you normally say, okay, you have this one play And you
Yeah, not
like
3
you're
rounds
gonna
in a
talk.
row.
You gotta talk about that. Yeah, she had this one sick play, and she's like 3 rounds in a row, just completely destroying them. Well, they had a good chance of winning this. I mean, the first play already. You think like, okay, they have the round already. They found 2 early kills. They have Milk positioned in ladder room, and they're pushing out of ramp. The first play instantly dies. Jennifer just needs.
It was the same. It was the same in the next round as well.
Yeah.
Just incredible plays from her. She definitely was behind them closing
It
that
was
out
so
so
crazy.
easily. But either way, speaking of closing it out, there you go. Beautiful transition. That is it for tonight, at least for the female stream. There is still some more action over on twitch.tv/WSG_CSGO. There you go. I remembered that one. And you can join Hugo and Risk there for what I think is Cloud9 versus Swole Patrol to find out who will be getting into our grand final over
It's
there.
pretty clear that's gonna be Swirl Patrol.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, this will be back again tomorrow. Of course, we have our grand final left to go,
And the third place decided.
The third place decided. Yes,
the $1,000.
the most important one, not the one for the spot in China. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. And as said, join us tomorrow.
The World Electronic Sports Games now enters the crucial final stretch. The American qualifiers kick off on February 1st. And during 4 intense match days, the best teams of the region will battle for $233,000. And more importantly, the highly sought-after slots at the Grand Finals in China. The best of the best will play for the championship title from the 12th to the 18th of March in Haiku at the WESG Grand Finals and $3,920,000 prize pool. Cheer for your country and join WESG.